Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Black Lincoln Collective podcast.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'll make it pop.
With your host, Parker. Featuring the sultry sounds of Fred and also Allan on the board.
Let's go already!
And now, let's start the damn show.
We keep it real, Fred. It's always been about karate and farts. Right. That's what the show is. If people can ask, if people were like, "What? Describe the perfect way to describe your show." I'd be like, "It's about karate and farts with no karate."
Actually, NPR told us what it was.
That's true. That was actually amazing. Welcome, one and all, to the 161st time of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast, proudly broadcasting live from the palatial EC studios scattered all across the upstate of South Carolina. We're so glad you're here. You can always catch us on YouTube, Insta, Facebook, X, and whatever you're listening to us on right now.
Yeah, right now.
And also blcpodcast.com. It's a website.
That place.
And now, thanks to Allan, it's everyone's favorite Timu T-Pain. It's Fred.
Timu T-Pain. I forgot about that.
That's you said that, Allan, so you win. Oh, he's got it.
That's happening. Welcome back. I want to give a big shout out to Big Allan Kane.
Where are you going with this?
That's a new rap name. Big Allan Kane.
Okay. Here I am.
see, baby.
Yeah, that's me, Big Allan Kane. The crowd is here finally.
Thank you. We're all happy they've recovered from the hurricane.
Yes.
That we thankfully made it through.
They driveways.
Well, Fred, so as you know, we apologize. We had one in the. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and first give you a little taste behind the curtain. So when you record a show or whatever before you air it, it's called having one in the can, Fred.
That's right. Yeah.
So our episode that came out last week was one that we had put it in the can pre-hurricane.
That's right. Yeah.
Nobody had power.
Yeah.
For the hurricane, so we came out with the hurricane edition, which was just a minute of nothing because that's all.
Right. Yeah.
I don't even think it was a minute, but it was like enough that I was like, "This is ridiculous."
That was more than I had during the hurricane.
Right. That's exactly it. I got power just long enough to do that, and then I was like, "Okay,
you had to go to McDonald's."
Yeah, I was sitting outside McDonald's in my car,
get on the Wi-Fi.
stealing their Wi-Fi. Yeah, hey, it happens sometimes. But so then the episode you heard last week, which we prefaced the hurricane, was 2 days before the hurricanes when we recorded it before Helene. So now we're 2 weeks past that, right? Yeah.
Now we got to give you something new.
And so. I know everybody was worried about us, but we made it.
We made it.
We
survived. It was rough.
It had its moments.
We had it better than most.
But that's the main thing, man.
Right.
I want to preface all this bitching that you're about to do,
right,
by saying it could have been way worse.
Way worse. I'm saying shout out to those who did survive Western North Carolina, man. Y'all had it bad. We have listeners up there. I don't know, but
we do. George is up there.
That's right. Lungsford's up there, man.
Yeah.
Did anybody check on?
He's fine. He's doing all right. Yeah. They kind of missed. They weren't at the worst part of it.
Right. Okay. Well, cool. I was up there like the weekend before, like the golf trip.
They don't want you back.
Right.
They were like, they don't want you back.
No, they don't want. I checked out the Facebook page for the golf course and that little area, and yeah, man, they didn't have it terrible, but like
right.
It flooded, you know what I mean? The way where our house was, it was up on the hill. So like water wouldn't have touched us if we'd have stayed, you know, or whatever. But like down at the lake, the lake just overflowed and took out like the pool area, the little miniature golf area, the little one of the restaurants down there like flooded and stuff. So like, it's
crazy. The place is different, man.
Man, crazy.
Well, so we felt like I said at the time, it felt like, oh my God, it's like gloom and doom.
Yeah.
You know, when it happened, we lost power, of course, for like 3 days, I think, for us. Which, like I said, it was like, oh my God. And then
for you, it was 3 days.
Well, right. And so then once I got power back, I was like, hey, Fred and Allan will probably get their power back in minutes. And it's not exactly the case.
No.
Heck, I still don't have internet.
Yeah. You still don't have internet?
No, I had to
not Spectrum.
I heard like Starlink was giving it for free for like
that's what I did. Yeah, I got Starlink at the end of the year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I got Starlink.
Way to go, Elon.
Yeah, Elon's like, yeah.
You love it, don't you? Oh, yes, you'll eat my Starlink. But you agree to the terms and conditions.
That's where I get me.
I'm going to jump into your anus. I don't know what happened to his voice, but anyway. So Fred or Allan, I get Allan first. Allan, you lost power for what, 5 days?
Yes. No, it was almost a week. It was almost 7.
Almost 7 days. Did you throw out everything in your fridge and freezer?
No, I lucked out. I lucked out because my neighbor had a camper. And so I let him park the camper in my driveway, and he had a generator. So he ran a line. Bro, I got to say, I had it better than others because he ran a line to my refrigerator and ran a line to my room and let me use my air conditioning. So I have a window unit. So I had a window unit and in my refrigerator. So
you can live your life that way.
You know.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't have was Napoleon Dynamite. If I had him, it would have been, perfect.
So we'll get back to that. Don't worry. So 7 days for Allan. How long was it for you, Fred?
It was 9 days for me.
Yeah.
9 days.
9 days without power.
Day of the storm. You know, I live on this little country road. Day of the storm, we got out there after, it passed and all that. First off, though, like when it was coming through, I got that big pecan tree in the back of or pecan. So like the wind was blowing it and it was about to go. Like you could see like at the base of the tree where the water would rise up when the tree came back, and then it would go out, where the wind would blow it out and the water would recede like up through the roots. And I was like, oh shit, it's about to go, man. Like if the wind would have kept up for like another 30 minutes, that thing would have fell on my shed. It wouldn't have fell on my house, but it fell on my shed
still.
But we were out for 9 days. We got up after after it passed, went outside, just checked the damage and everything. So like I'd say probably a quarter mile up the road, tree was down. Quarter mile down the road, tree was down. So like we were trapped in there, and like, but we country, so we got chainsaws and tractors.
I said that's like everybody told me like first thing that happened is all these country folk came out and with the chainsaws and
it did, boy.
Just sawed our way out of the neighborhood or whatever.
Yeah, that's it, man. This chainsaw's going, man.
I mean, but that's it's good that you can do that. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, that's you gotta. I mean, that's just being country, and I got a chainsaw.
It was actually for me. It was surprising because 3 weeks ago, the way you thought everybody hated each other, dude.
Yeah,
and immediately when this happened, man, everybody was like, something to eat, everybody everybody except the government stepped up.
Right, and now it's back to normal.
Yeah, now everybody hates each other. We got power. We're like,
man, I think people are still. So that was one of the things that really shocked me is like I live in a small neighborhood, but like seeing people outside because we didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
So like people were just like hanging out outside, like sitting out on their front porch or walking around the neighborhood or whatever, but bouncing a ball, doing whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, dang, this is pretty cool, man. Like, this reminds me of being a kid, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because everybody hung around. Like, that was what you did. You went outside. There's nothing else to do.
That's what we did. Like every day, like after work, we would have to like cook on the grill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we set up like one of the folding tables outside and just had dinner sitting right there in front of the house.
Yeah,
like every day for 9 days.
We made pizza on the grill. We did everything on the grill.
Yeah.
I made Hot Pockets on the grill.
What was it?
Yeah.
It came through Friday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it came through
Thursday
Friday.
night.
Yeah, Thursday night, Friday morning. And I think we waited till Sunday until like we had to start throwing out, emptying the freezer.
Yeah.
And like Sunday afternoon, like everybody in my neighborhood brought what they had and they was like, cook it. I ran out of propane and luckily my uncle across the street had a charcoal grill. I was like, man, I ain't cooked on a charcoal grill in forever. You know what I mean? And it came out great,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
I was cooking everything I could.
I have a pellet grill, and so we hooked it up to the generator, and then my truck has a plug, so I just but you know what fucked up was this first world problems is I can get the grill to work and everything else to work. I couldn't get my coffee maker to work, man. And I couldn't.
Well, you deserve that, bitch.
For like 3 days, I couldn't drink coffee.
You deserve that just because you have a grill that requires electricity to operate.
No, the grill worked fine. The grill I could plug into the truck and it worked fine, but the coffee maker wouldn't.
This is when us poor people win.
And pour the grounds in there and then siphon it through
the percolator, man. You just throw that shit on the grill.
Yeah, man.
I'm lazy.
You get a rubber band and put it over a mason jar.
Jar. Yeah, dude. I mean, if I really wanted coffee that bad, I could.
Yeah.
It also has,
the QT by my house still doesn't have gas.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, see, that's what's crazy about it, though, is when the power was out. Like, and I'm sure, Fred, you guys experienced it more than we did. But like, when you're at home, you're like, oh, we have no power. We're like living off the grid. Blah blah blah. Feels like pioneer times. And then you like go out into the world, and it's like everything is normal there.
Yeah.
Most people are just like do. You're like air conditioning. You're like you walk into the room. You're like, what is this magic?
Yeah.
I think it was day 5. We had got off work. We were sitting outside eating, and like 5 line trucks went up the road. They just flying up the road. We was like, yeah, woo! We was doing the like honk the horn thing with your arm. You know what I mean? They were beeping that one. We was like, yeah, it's coming, baby. It's gonna be back on. And like the bottom of my road got power, and the top of my road got power. Us in the middle, we're stuck for like 4 more days, and we was like, what the fuck, man? I mean, I hate to be like, not say, I was just envious, like,
right?
Everybody else has. Why don't we have? I mean, we're in the middle and we don't have power.
Yeah. That was kind of like us.
I get off work and I'm like, okay, this power's gonna be on when I get home, and it don't be on. I'm just like, come on, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So every time. Like I told the kids, this is what we used to do back in the day when, me and Allan roommates and a bunch of other people. I was like, one time when the power was out for like 5 days or maybe even more, I don't remember, but we were probably stoned at the time. But the ice storm, yeah. So I was like, we would sit here and like, because the kids were like, what are we going to do? And I'm like, you just sit here and you wait and you say the power's going to come on right now. And like, and I'm like, nothing happens, it doesn't happen. But if it does happen, you're a genius.
Oh yeah.
Like, right now.
Yeah, like right now. So and so Allan, what you were talking about earlier, they were like, what are we supposed to watch? Like what are we supposed to watch? And I said, me and Uncle Allan and Uncle Matt back in the day when the power went out, we would just watch a movie when when there was no power. Yeah. And they're like, well, we'll watch a movie. I'm like, okay, well, just give me a minute. I'll get it set up. And so I went and I grabbed, we have, Little Mermaid, on VHS from like my wife when she was a kid. I I went and just like we used to do back in the day, I set it right in front of the TV, the box, and I set the kids down. I said, "All right, kids, it's time to watch this movie." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Just watch it and see if anything happens." And they're like, "What?" And I was like, "This is what we used to do for hours because we had nothing else to do."
Yeah, we had Napoleon Dynamite. And it was on top of the TV, and we just stare at it the whole time.
We just sit and watch the movie.
We were watching the movie, watching Napoleon Dynamite.
And they were like, "Dad, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard." I'm like, "Well, we were drunk."
Yep.
I'm like, make no mistake, we were like passing around things and drinking and like watching the movie, enjoying ourselves.
That's no story. It was tough because we didn't have heat. And then Parker went to his grandfather's house and he let us borrow this giant kerosene heater. A big dude, it was the mother of kerosene heaters.
Yeah.
And when he brought that thing and cranked it up, it was like
It was over.
Kerosene heater will sweat you out of the room, bro.
Good times.
You get it. You get a good one, boy. Yeah, it'll sweat you out the room.
Yeah.
So you got power back.
Yeah.
You're back in the game. You had to clean out your freezer and everything, of course. Did you guys throw out everything, or did you just, like? So I wonder about this because I don't know.
We threw out. Well, like I said, we cooked all the meat off that we could, and then like she was throwing away shit that I was like, "Why are you throwing that away?" She threw away the ketchup, the mustard.
Like the mustard. That's what I was gonna say.
Don't throw away the.
I wasn't sure.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Well, and then
the mayonnaise is a
mayonnaise gotta go. Yeah.
But like ketchup, man.
I wasn't sure about that. There were some sauces that I was like, hate to lose the sauce.
I don't even know why we store ketchup in the refrigerator because it's always stored. You know, it's a dry good. Well, it's stored as a dry good.
It can be stored at room temp. Yeah.
Right. It's stored at room temp. It comes in the truck.
I prefer my ketchup chili.
In the store, you like chili ketchup?
Personally.
Like cold ketchup?
I prefer
we put ketchup in the fridge because in Puerto Rico the ants would get to it.
Right.
So that's why we put it in the fridge, but you know, there was no reason to. You know,
you go to a restaurant, it's always sitting out.
It's always sitting outside, You know.
This is an interesting fucking show for everyone. They're like, oh, so they were talking about getting power, kerosene heaters, and ants. Like,
so a thing that I didn't even think about. My wife told me. And I want to shout out. First of all, I want to shout out to my wife because if it wasn't for her, like seriously, I don't think we would have made it. You know, if it was just me and my
you
3
wouldn't have made that shit.
It would be me and my 2 kids. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like, well, we're hungry. Sorry, Zeke.
We'd have been doing like the shameful perp walk, you know.
I don't know what happened to him.
Freddie would have been like a shirt wrapped around his waist and, you know, his feet all dirty, you know.
Well, good job. Congratulations.
She told me last night, like, so, you know, we being in Lawrence County, that the schools we had like a extended vacation. Yeah, it fell on like the vacation. They were supposed to go to school Monday, Tuesday, but since the storm, they were just like, you know, stay at home, just ride the vacation out. We'll see in 2 weeks. So all the school staff was on vacation, like during the storm. Nobody went and checked on the schools, like at all.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. So what's the day? The day is Saturday. So they just Thursday. It's been a week and a half, and nobody went to the school.
No, the poor hamsters are all like that.
Oh.
But the food, they didn't throw the food out.
Oh shit!
Yeah, bro. So he went up there like Thursday and was like, one school, and she didn't tell me which one it was, but like had tree damage. Like a tree fell on the roof and like it was leaking. It leaked in there, and like there's mold and shit now.
I heard about that. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. And now they're saying that the kids may not go back to school Monday, because they don't have any food to feed them.
There you go. My kids would be so excited to hear that.
I was like, that's insane. Nobody went and checked on the school.
No, well, they're like, I can't. The problem is, like, that's the thing, dude. Is it like, it like shut everything down.
Yeah, it shut everything down
for a minute. Like, you know what I mean? And so I think a lot of people were, because the farther away you live from things, the more likely you were to be shut down for a long time.
I tell you who made a killing? Food trucks.
Oh, yeah.
Food trucks made a killing, man. Like,
yeah, because they were prepared for this.
Yeah, especially like people in Greenville, because like they didn't have anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, couldn't go to the store, or you couldn't cook. You know what I mean?
Well, the way they made it seem, they didn't really make it. They make it seem. I mean, the way they made the storm seem was like, hell, they told us we were going to work on Friday.
Yeah,
like, just Thursday off, and then you're planning to come to work on Friday.
I
was like,
yeah, they let us go early.
5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, wait a minute, this ain't. This reminds me of a hurricane. This is bad, I've been through this before. This is not good.
Well, we made it. Nobody ate each other.
Tree service guys keep making a killing now.
Oh yeah, my buddy who does tree services, like he texted me yesterday. He's like, I'm gonna have to hire somebody just to handle where I'm at right now. I was like, yeah, I get it. I mean, that's a good thing.
Tree service and roofers.
Well, congratulations to them, the unsung heroes of the fucking storm. That's the problem, man. Is like that's something I've always wondered is like which side do you land on? If that's your job, like a lineman, and shout out to all the linemen. Great, thank you for all your help getting us back in order, coming from all over the world or whatever. Probably not the world, but like, what are you like? Yeah, here we go, baby. Let's go get this fucked up shit. Or are you? I mean, like, do you root for like this? You're like, oh, I hope that hurricane gets them.
Well, you see, the fucked up part about it is, like with the linemen, what happened was we didn't think the storm was going to be bad, so we sent all our people to Florida.
Right.
And then it fucked up so much for us that the people that we were supposed to have here were stuck in Florida. Right. So we had to wait for people to come and help us.
Yeah.
And
we did it. We made it
all over.
I mean, no, hell yeah. They're like, they don't want the storm to happen, but once the storm hits, they're like, fucking A, we're going to, because they get hazard pay. Yeah, they make some money. I mean, but they work their asses off.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
One guy told me they had like I don't know how true it was, like 180 in overtime, 180 hours overtime. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's insane. And the way they set them up, you see where they set them up at? They set them up at the mall, like just covering the entire front parking lot of the mall.
Well, see, they had like in your area was the mall. Here there was the schools.
Yeah.
Like
that's
why they went back to school on Wednesday. Because the schools they had everything set up here. It was
it's crazy. They had like little trailers for them to sleep in.
Yeah, like big sleeping trailers. That was pretty pimp.
Right. Yeah. I mean
that's good life, pretty cool.
But they said this, like in our case, man, and Fred, you probably did the same thing, dude. I was already in North Carolina Monday morning.
Really?
They sent us up to North Carolina. Shit, we got halfway there, and they're like, "What the fuck are you guys doing here? You guys can't come here."
Yeah,
so turn around and go back. It's like you can't get to Tennessee through North Carolina. You have to go through Georgia to get to Tennessee.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's closed, man. It's gonna be closed in September next year
for a long time. Well, hopefully they build it back better because it sucked before. But anyway, so Fred, what do you have any lessons or takeaways or recommendations for the people?
Man, I'm just telling you, don't take it for granted, man. Like, just don't take it for granted.
It's the lesson you learned.
That is the lesson.
The lesson I learned is I would have died immediately in the pioneer days. Within 10 minutes of that, like this baby is born, and I've been like, too hot, dead. And been like, well, there goes that baby.
There's that baby.
Another one bites the dust. Small.
Make another baby.
Yeah. I learned it doesn't matter if you have a generator. If you don't have gas, the motherfucker's just gonna sit there.
Dude, the gas lines were crazy for 2 days. It was everybody filling up their shit.
I wasn't alive during then, but like it reminded me of like the pictures you see of like the gas shortage,
gas crisis. Yeah.
I mean, just line of cars.
Yeah.
And I refused to sit there. Like I was out there working, like I guess that Saturday, and like my boss was like, "Make sure you get some gas." I was like, okay. And I was like, I ain't sitting in them lines. I'll run out of gas.
Yeah.
In the line, and by the time I get up there, they won't have any gas.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours. It was like 2 hours to get gas.
I went home with like probably half a quarter tank and didn't have to go back.
Eighth of a tank for those listening at home.
Eighth of a tank, yeah.
Well,
and
we did this 2 in the morning.
Monday morning, like I found the place I had to wait for one car in front of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we did the 2 in the morning thing to get gas for the generator.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's what so we went. There was one night where my kids and my wife slept at her sister's house because they got power the night of the storm.
Right.
Because they lived really close to like a major road. And so they immediately got power back. And so we did like, a night at home. And then the next night the kids were like, can we spend the night over there? And I was like, yeah, I get it. Like, yeah, it's way better than here. Like,
right.
I was like, I'll stay here in case the power does come on. And like I had no gas and I had driven around looking for gas. And it was my own stupid fault for not getting gas the day before. I admit to it. I'm an idiot. I will know better. That's the lesson I learned is when in doubt, just get the fucking gas just in case. Yep. And so my wife called me at like 11:45. It was a Saturday night and was like, hey, somebody told me that right now there's no line at the 7-Eleven, at this blah, 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 blah.
Right.
You better go. And I was like, okay. And so like I jumped out of bed and went at like 11. I think I said I got there like 11:50 or something like that. And there wasn't a line. I was able to pull right in and get gas, but all these people were like going crazy around there, man.
Yeah, man.
Cops out there, people were fighting
over gas. Like,
it was like
stabbed over gas. Like,
yeah.
My wife, she went out and got it.
It's like stabbed so many people.
He stabbed so many people.
That's why I had to shout her out.
But like she was out there and there was a cop there and she was like, ma'am, what are you doing? And she was like, I was just trying to get gas. She's like, well, get your gas and get out of here and take him home too. Like, she's like, I don't need to be out here right now. And like,
people were going nuts, man.
Crazy, man. Over gas.
That's why we don't
think like, what if like the shit really popped off?
Right. Zombie
apocalypse. And that was like 3 days afterwards. Like if that, you know what I'm saying? And people are going that mad already.
Yeah. Well, it was because nobody had trucks.
Yeah.
Well, we have a Love's by us, and Love's has their own trucks, so they had gas.
Yeah.
They were like, we got gas. We're gonna have gas forever. I was like, damn.
Oh, if there's one thing there's one thing this show has exactly. It's gas forever. All right, Allan, do you have a lesson from the hurricane?
Basically the same thing Fred said, Jim. All
right, I also have a recommendation. Try doing hot pockets on the grill, ladies and gentlemen. Put them in indirect heat. It is amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
I did that. We did that.
That's the hey, it's amazing what you do.
Yeah.
I've never had more fun in a hurricane than grilling out all the different things I could find.
Yeah, we did French fries, and it was
as shitty as it was. Like we had a blast. We was doing like shadow puppets on the walls.
I was kind of bummed when it came back on. I was glad it came back on.
Right.
But there was a part of me that was like, man, this is kind of fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Maybe we should have like a no power day.
That's what I told the kids. I was like, we'll just start turning the power off during the week.
You should go fuck yourself. No power day now, dude. But
now I want to prank them. Like now,
it's
flip the breaker and be like, power.
Like, no, what are we gonna do? Oh, they would freak out. It all was well until the phone started dying.
Yeah,
that's when it went.
That was the only part that didn't bother me. And then when the phones came back, like in my job, they were like, "Go to the shop. We got ice machine. The ice machine works." And I just went there and had 3 coolers, and I packed them up.
There you go. See?
And I left and I put the coolers next to the car, and I got in the car and left and forgot the coolers.
Oh.
There you go.
Turn around and go back. I was halfway home, and this is over Pelham Road. And I was halfway home. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Welcome back, everybody. All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast.
The Black Lincoln Collective Podcast will return after a word from our sponsors.
Welcome to Short Pour, hosted by 2 brothers that love beer. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Chris. Join us as we make our way through a new theme each episode.
I wanted to check out the phrase, hell yeah,
I chose to do the history of paper planes.
bird migrations as the topic for this week.
I went with the history of model cars this time.
Analyze some wild online reviews. Easy on the brain. What the hell does that mean?
What? And go to some absurd places.
I think I'm going to have to say, anonymous time traveler, you have been found thirsty in a court of lager.
So if you want more of that, check out Short Pour.
We'll keep one cold for you.
Don't let him take my son!
Storm of the century.
Welcome back to the 165th-ish first.
Yeah, we got Bill Cosby there. You're like,
He did. He Cosby'd me. And I just got PTSD from it. Welcome back to the 161st Jellorific episode of the We're so glad you're still with us. Tell them, Frill.
You can't say flip the floor this afternoon when you're on the podcast with the Black Liquid. Don't do it.
Exactly.
yeah, whatever he said.
So, in honor of the cause, why not? Fred's a huge fan. To this day, Fred's like, I liked his old stuff, but I like his new stuff even better.
It's my mentor.
That's right. He's the only man I ever loved. Well,
Like that.
it's true for a while there. And then it turns out he was more like every other dad.
Yeah.
Just beat the shit out of people. Yeah. Fuck shit up. So, welcome back again. Let's try to reset all this fucking
Welcome back,
shenanigans. Fred, it's time for an event, the likes of which has never been seen except maybe like once or twice on the show.
Ooh.
And that is news versus news. Now, for those of you who don't know, news versus news. I don't remember who it's sponsored by anymore. Sponsored by our friends at Jergens.
Yes.
Jergens. This summer, Jergen it. You'll be jerking it with Jergens. Fall is here, Fred, and so is everyone's favorite pumpkin spice douche.
Oh.
Jergens, keep it fresh. Keep it spicy.
Okay.
Like for hot. Like men don't really pumpkin spice.
No, pumpkin spice douche.
You put
Whipped cream not included. That's what they said. They want to point that out. Pumpkin spice douche. We'll uncrust it for you.
Jim, boy.
Taking the crust off your pumpkin pie.
Hey, put it on your pumpkin pie. Redhead girl.
Jergens, pumpkin spice douche. Okay, anyway, sorry. So, yeah, this is
Now,
for those.
for black women, we've got the sweet potato.
There you go. Sweet potato pie douche. Hey, 'tis the season, Allan.
Okay. If you say so.
What's crazy is they're essentially the same thing.
Got a picture of Patty LaBelle on the box.
Yeah.
They put Aunt Jemima back.
Patty LaBelle, pumpkin spice douche.
Yeah, Patty LaBelle.
She's like, she's on the box.
At least it's not Sam Elliott.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's not bring him into this anymore. He's already pissed at us for last week.
Yeah, he is.
The last, whatever it was, whenever you called him out as a Puffy supporter or whatever you called him. He's a great man.
I call him P. Diddy.
P. Diddy.
P. Diddler. So that's the new thing, Fred. I don't know if you knew this before we get into the news. Sorry about that. Everybody who tuned in just for the news. Which is why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you tune into the show for the news from 3 weeks ago? So 3 weeks ahead. Don't want to live too far. Don't want to embrace the present and live 3 weeks in the past. That's the way to do it.
How you do it?
So the kids are now, instead of saying, like, remember back in the day, if you were like, hey, guy, I love you, no homo, like your buddy, you know what I'm saying, in a sweet way or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. But you'd be like, no homo, right? Like, not in a gay way, like in a regular way.
Right.
Now it's no diddy.
No Diddy?
Oh, my kid, he'll be like, oh, that looks really cool, no diddy. And I'm like, no, dude. I'm like, we're buying baby oil. It's Diddy, bro.
Diggity. It's no diggity, man.
Right, no doubt.
No diggity, no doubt.
No Diggity. I remember No Diggity. Yeah. No Diggity.
Yeah. Well, Fred, who's going to read their ripping news story first?
Oh, I thought that was your. Oh, that was.
No, that was just a hilarious bit that we did.
Oh.
I'll go first.
Did you think the pumpkin spice douche was the story?
Boy.
No, that was just a sponsor, Fred Jurgens.
I thought it was real.
You thought it was real. It is real.
It may or may not be real. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You get it at Fast Fair.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what they ran out of that at every store after the hurricane.
Yeah.
They're like, we can't keep the pumpkin spice douche in stock. And the redhead kid's like, quit calling me that.
Calling me that. I'm going to HR.
Like, oh. God damn it.
So, a man was caught hiding under vehicles at a car wash to stare at the women's feet. Now, a 28-year-old man from Arizona was arrested after, again, allegedly hiding under women's cars and staring at their feet.
What was he, like the Flintstones or something? I mean, does it?
That's really
voyeur.
A voyeur, yeah. Yeah, he has voyeuristic tendencies.
Police asked him if you wanted to look at women's feet, couldn't you go to like a beach or a swimming pool? He said, hey, man, it ain't kinky if it ain't easy. If it's easy.
Did he really say that? He is not smart.
According to News versus News, he said that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Our BLC sources indicate.
So wait a second. Time out. Time out. How did he go under the cars? Don't the cars have covers that you can? Yeah, but
I was just saying, did he just like slowly crawl the whole time? Maybe he got one of those things that like a mechanic uses to slide under it.
Yeah, but it's not like it's glass that you can see the feet.
He's only looking at feet, though, bro.
Maybe this is like a coin wash. You know, maybe I don't know.
That's what I was saying. There's the Flintstones. You know the.
Right. My question is, I have two questions. First of all, I think when I hear a dude who's into like looking at people's feet, I don't think of a 28-year-old guy. I think of someone like older than that, personally, just for the record. But then also,
never know.
Is the kink? Okay, so my question is the kink that he likes pretty girls' feet, pretty feet on girls, or just doesn't give a shit and just is into feet? Or does he like ugly feet?
Let me see your feet.
I don't know. What do you think? I mean, that's a real question.
I don't know.
If you had a foot fetish, Fred, and I'm not saying you do.
I hate feet.
Like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
I'm not a foot fan. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
I think they're toes to lips.
If I don't want to look at no ugly feet.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, like, if you had a foot fetish, would it be like the feet on a pretty girl, or would it be like pretty feet on whatever? Because you really only care about the feet.
The sausage feet.
Or maybe you're into that.
He's sausage feet.
We're solving the world's mysteries here, Fred.
Yeah.
Next week we'll have a foot fetishist on to tell us about what they're into.
The police also hit him with a restraining order from 5 Foot Lockers and 5 Payless stores, stating that he has to be 100 feet away.
100 feet.
Exactly. How will he get shoes?
His name's Al Bundy. Is it Al Bundy?
There you go.
You know, there's a website called Temu. You can get shoes on it.
That's right. What are we using the stinky feet?
Temu shoes.
That's weird. All right. Well, Fred, my news is naked student accused of assaulting roommate on bus, pointing knife at deputies. This is just down the road from us. I won't say where because I don't want to mess anybody up. A man is facing several charges after he allegedly assaulted another man while naked on a transit bus and threatened deputies with a knife in our local county. The sheriff's office arrested 21-year-old Dix is his last name. That's true. It is Dix. It is actually his last name.
He was naked. Get it?
Following a reported assault that occurred. So the investigation, basically they dispatched and advised there was a man hitting another man on a bus. And when they got there, they were like, hey, yeah, he's naked. So he chased him down butt naked, hit him multiple times in the face and neck with closed fists as they entered the bus. And then, yeah, a lot of people said they didn't really like it.
Did he stab him with a knife? Or?
Well, he didn't stab him. See, that's the thing. So
he threatened to stab him.
By the time he got there, he was gone. So the sheriff talked to the incident. They talked to the bus driver and everything. So then they found out who it was. The officials went with the victim to the apartment where the dude lived, where Dix lived. Upon their entry, they saw Dix in the nude, sitting in an office chair down the hallway. Authorities asked Dix to put clothes on.
Dix.
That's what it says. I'll read this word for word. Authorities asked Dix to put clothes on, but it was reported that the suspect refused, stood up, and danced while shaking his private parts in the official's directions.
He did helicopter dick.
Yep. Dix like, where do you think I got this name?
They couldn't get close to him because the wind force he was creating.
Yeah.
No, because nobody wants to touch that shit. While speaking with the suspect, deputies reported that Dix was shouting obscenities. Dix were beating on the wall and comparing himself to fictional characters in Marvel movies. Law enforcement said the suspect never gave a clear answer to the deputies if he had taken any illegal substances that day. I feel like you shouldn't have to ask that question at that point.
No.
So he was different Marvel characters. So who was he? Like Thor?
I don't know who he said he was.
I need a horse.
Look at my hammer. Only thou who are worthy to lift my hammer. I am Thor. I am Thor.
Mjolnir. Come to me.
To me, Mjolnir.
So he did all that. He ran into the room, came back out, and being aggressive with the cops, and pulled out a knife. He was told to put it down and put his hands behind his back.
Where the hell he pull a knife out of his ass?
Well, he went into his room at one point and did. So what I know about this is this dude was probably white. Because hearing all these chances that he gets, there ain't no damn way.
He has to be, because if he was
a person of color, got those chances.
The cops would have been like, "Put that away." If it was black, they'd be like, "No, put that shit away."
You guys want to guess?
They would have shot him.
Dear Lord, this man's deformed. He's got 3 legs.
Yeah.
What was it? There was like a cops episode where he was like frisking the guy, and he's like, "What's this in your pants? Is this a gun?" He's like, "That's my penis, sir." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
He's like, he grabbed.
Because what else can you say? Well, dude, so I remember saying this has nothing to do with us, but it was this left an imprint on my life. We're playing tackle football one day. I was in my mid-20s, And we went out to this like field where like we're like 20 people. We would always play these huge games.
With the heart on?
And then, no. And then maybe by the end of it. And so we were like playing this guy. There's this huge, very muscular, like Adonis looking African-American dude, super cool dude, super nice, very athletic. So at one point he has the ball, he's running at me and I go to tackle him. And when I go to tackle him, he like slides out of the way and I go to grab him and I grab square on his dick and immediately was like, this is not a part of him. And let go. And like afterwards I was like, and he's like, don't worry about it, dude. Don't say anything. I was like, I'm not ever going to say anything again. And I just did.
I don't say nothing.
But it was very weird.
So say anything about what? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm like, nope, don't know what you're talking about, dude. But it was a very weird situation.
Like, no diggity.
That's crazy. No dongity.
So Dix was charged with 3rd-degree assault and battery, indecent exposure, 2 counts of resisting arrest, 2 counts of threatening the life of an official, and public disorderly conduct, according to the sheriff's office. There you go.
Damn.
They said that Dix still remains at the detention center.
Well, I'm glad Dick's not at large, man.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, you notice they did say that when they threatened him, Dick swole up. I tried to get aggressive with him. He swole up, his face got red. He stood at attention. They noticed he leaned slightly to the left.
He just started spitting nonsense.
There you go. They said he was spitting obscenities amongst other things.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Jergens Pumpkin Spice Douche.
Well, I got a crazy story about a woman in Washington who called the police after she found over 100 raccoons outside of her house demanding food.
Rocket.
That's a great prank.
There's another Marvel character.
With like picket signs, like
give us the food.
So the woman told them she started feeding these raccoons around her house about 35 years ago with no problem.
Well, that's her own stupid fault.
That's her own stupid fault. She said 6 weeks ago the population of raccoons exploded. She said as she could not get inside of her house because of a raccoon invasion, she spoke to the police, and the woman said there's about 100 raccoons outside her house demanding food. Here we go. Population exploded. Somehow the word got out that in raccoon land, and they all showed up at the house. And I believe that's what happened too. I believe like she was feeding a couple of them, and then like
they're smart, dude.
Yeah, they smart.
Man. Oh.
Yeah, they never seen so many raccoons in one place, and nobody's ever remember being surrounded by a swarm of raccoons. What did I say? A bunch of shit. What was the?
Yeah, what was the swarm?
A swarm of raccoons?
Yeah, like.
I don't know. What is a lot of raccoons called? A lot of raccoons is called a gaze or a nursery.
A gaze of raccoons.
Gaze, yeah. A gaze of raccoons. All right. Name of this episode, probably.
Gaze of raccoons.
Gaze of raccoons.
Or the gaze of raccoons.
Exactly.
They're like,
They're like, hi.
Hey, yeah.
What's for dinner, sister?
A neighbor,
my bestie called me.
A neighbor who lived close by said she's seen several in her yard, and her dogs have even gotten into a scuffle with them several times.
Sure.
Oh, damn. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. She said she had to take her dog to the vet after tussling with a raccoon. That scratched the hell out of her.
Yeah, it's
good. Rabies, you know, never know. It's wild out.
Right.
Yeah, I just hope somebody steps up and helps her and take care of this problem, and hopefully she'll quit doing it. That's what the neighbor said. That's crazy.
Well, I agree with that.
She said that she called a trapping organization to help, catch them.
Yeah.
They wanted $500 per
raccoon.
for a raccoon.
Shit.
We could have gone out there and done it for $12 a pop.
Yeah.
So on to
story, please.
hey, speaking of animals, Fred, Fat Bear Week, which you told us about years ago.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Fred, you may not have known this. It's been delayed
I saw that.
after a large bear killed a rival bear. And I wonder, well, let's get into the story here. Fat Bear Week, Allan, write down that part. A celebration of brown bear survival instincts brought a grisly reminder of the animal's predatory nature on Monday when a male bear, number 469, killed a female, 402, at Katami National Park and Preserve in Alaska. The unsettling scene was captured by a popular live cam that followed the bears on the Brooks River. Yeah, so the deadly fight took place around 9:30 a.m., Fred. Moments before Fat Bear Week started.
You win it every year.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, is it's like, wait a minute.
You win it every year, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah, like fuck you, 402. The competition that the fans crown the bear who successfully added the most weight. I said, I didn't know it was that who successfully added the most weight. I thought it was just who was fattest. As they prepare for their annual hibernation cycle. After the shocking death of 402, the unveiling of the 2024 bracket was delayed from Monday to Tuesday.
Had to get that 17 seed.
People love 402, man. Mike Fitz, the resident naturalist with the webcam company Explore.org, said in a video, it's very difficult to see. I mean, 402 is a beloved bear by each and every one of us.
Yeah.
And he said, honestly, you know what? I'm a little bit of a loss of words.
Who killed him?
Oh, they have a video of it. Shit.
Oh, the death?
Yeah.
Oh, the bear fight?
Yeah. 402 was the mother of at least 8 litters. I think 402 might have been a little bit of a slut. Just saying. 469 won fans over by overcoming a serious injury to his left hind leg and foot in 2013. So they all had their stories. But now it's over for 402. I don't know, but it's a sad.
402. Bad bear.
I feel like 469 probably didn't do himself any favors in this year's competition.
409.
Is this Fred? It was 469. Nice. And 402. And my question is, was this a Nancy Kerrigan-esque situation? Was Tanya Harding Nancy Kerrigan?
I'm looking at the. And would you say 409's not on it? And
402 and 469.
469 is not on it.
Right. Well, I'm sure he got disqualified. He or she probably got disqualified.
Right, yeah.
So let's see if they have the fight.
I look. Fat Bear Junior, Fat Bear Junior Bear.
Oh yeah, they started fighting.
Did they? You looking at it?
I'm watching these bears fight. It's 11 minutes of nothing, and it looks like they're humping, but they're fighting and killing each other. Good times. It's good times. All right, Fred, what's your next news versus news?
Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this, but one of our favorite Halloween stores here at Halloween, they're going to open 10 Christmas themed stores.
10 what?
Christmas themed.
Oh, well, that makes no sense at all. Why would a Halloween place open Christmas themed stores?
It's all about the money. So yeah, they said they're going to open up about 10 stores with Christmas themed items and aptly named. You want to guess the name?
Spirit Christmas, Spirit of Christmas.
Christmas Spirit.
Yeah. Ooh, skitty.
So close.
They should put a big blow up of Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
Halloween, and then put the big blow up Jack Skellington with the Santa hat.
Yeah, I feel like what they would do is they would just use a Santa Claus one all year round. And that Halloween time, they would say, oh, it's just a guy dressed up as Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And then at Christmas, they'll be like, it is, in fact, Santa Claus. We tricked you, motherfuckers. Like, sorry, haha, I was Santa the whole time. He's been watching you. He knows you dress slutty at Halloween, you bitch.
Yeah, we're not getting any of them here. Looks like New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Pennsylvania. So, like,
Christmas miracle, we're not getting.
We will not be getting any of that Christmas spirit.
That's okay. Who needs it? Bah humbug is what I said.
I don't want it.
Not until Thanksgiving, anyway.
I celebrate Kwanzaa.
I know. So do I now. Because what I said earlier, I have to repent and celebrate Kwanzaa.
Ooh, I got home today. The home was witness.
Oh, what'd you tell them?
Like, nothing. I just got out. They were at my mom's house. I was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, oh, shit. Like, both my parents' cars was there. I'm at the door. Then they see me pull in, and I ran to the house.
Like, not good.
If you open the door and say, Hail Satan, they'll usually leave you alone.
Yeah, you know.
You say, oh, hey, guys, Hail Satan, how are you today? They're like, we got to go. So, yeah, it's worked for me in the past. Well, Fred, I'm glad you didn't get Jehovah's Witness too. Hey, what's the Christian Science Reading Room? What is that about? Do you know? Just curious. Christian Science Reading Room is one on Main Street. I don't know what it is. They've been a sponsor of the show before, but they never explained what they did exactly.
Oh no.
No. So I don't know if it's just a place to read or what. Don't know. Well, Fred, it's official. Mm-hmm. The Earth now has 2 moons.
Yes.
Really?
All right. This is for the nerds and other people. Over the past few weeks, you probably heard somewhere that the Earth was going to get a second moon. Well, we can now confirm that it has officially happened. We captured asteroid 2024 PTS. Oh, I'm sorry, PT5. So yeah, we have a temporary mini moon. The intriguing event was first spotted by astronomers at this place. I'm not going to say their names. It's a very fancy name. Shared some insight and said, where's he from? Madrid. So that's like a Spain. Said, these happen with some frequency, but we rarely see them because they're very small and very hard to detect.
That's right. It was George Lopez.
Right, give me a break. Only recently has our survey capability reached a point of spotting them routinely. So give me a break. Now, Fred, what are mini moons? Do you know?
Many moons with depth upon me. I don't know many moons.
Mini moons, like PT5, are small asteroids that the Earth's gravity grabs for a bit, letting them orbit our planet before they head on down the road.
Yeah. You know.
Yep. So that's what we got 2 moons for a little while.
You see it?
I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't say.
Like the main thing.
Okay, so it says asteroid PT5 will not describe a full orbit around the Earth. You may say that if a true satellite is like a customer buying goods inside a store, objects like PT5 are window shoppers, said Guy. So he's got 2 months to hang around for about 2 months around us, and then it's out of here. No, it is not currently visible.
Yeah, because it's small. It's real small.
Tiny.
Right. So if you want, Fred, in case you do want to watch it, you need to get a telescope with a diameter of at least 30 inches, plus a CCD or CMOS detector is needed to observe this object. All right. A 30-inch telescope with a human eye behind it will not be enough.
No. I got one of them little ones, like little telescopes I bought for like kids. Like, you can see the moon real good with stars and shit.
Yeah, well, PT5 is only 37 feet wide.
Oh,
shit.
Okay. Not even.
How did they even know?
Yeah. Come on.
Well, I'm not smart enough to know, but they are. And that's why I'm getting a CMOS detector. Did you take pictures of the Northern Lights, Fred, the other night? Did you freak out?
I did. I didn't freak out, but that's not how I want to see it.
Right. I feel like that's like the cheapo version of seeing the Northern Lights. You got everybody who's posting like, "Oh my God, I saw the Northern Lights." I'm like, no, you didn't. You saw some shit down here. You saw the ass of the Northern Lights.
Yeah, right.
You saw the fart remnants of it.
Yeah.
That's like saying I hung out with John Bon Jovi when all you did was walk into a men's room after he took a shit in it.
He was living on a prayer.
Right.
With his essence.
Right, like, I'm pretty sure it was him. He really likes Italian food, I think. That's how I feel about this fucking stupid Northern Lights. I didn't even take pictures of it.
Yeah.
It's like you said, I don't feel like it's real. I feel like it's a cheeso. It's like a cheap version.
I took pictures just to see if it would happen.
But
I did do one to see if it would happen. I was like, oh, cool. All right, go to bed.
It's purple. Yeah.
Who was the one? There was one of us. Was Parker? Weren't you the one that went like 2 a.m? Was
yeah, we drove all over fucking eternity because of my wife to do it. She was already asleep when I found out that it was happening this time. So I was like, I can go outside, try one picture, and then go to bed. And then I didn't even go outside. I was like, I'll just point my phone out the window.
But actually, I don't think you could.
I did. I was like, fuck this, dude.
I didn't even think we could see them down here.
You can if you believe in magic, Allan.
Yeah. I mean, if you looked at the thing, it cut off with Virginia.
That's all you have to say. No, you can see it. I mean, we've seen it. And it's fine.
I'm not a scientist, so
it's not perceivable by the human eye. But if you have a 3,000-inch CMOS telescope, Allan, you can.
Now, if it had happened 2 weeks ago, maybe we could have seen them because it was dark. I mean, the sky,
right? Because it was dark.
Milky Way and everything. It was awesome.
Right. Yeah,
True.
I couldn't find the Milky Way, but like I did. We were outside every.
Yeah, you could see the Milky Way from here.
I looked up. I only looked up to try and curse at God about losing my power for 2 days. I just look up and go, why? And then I would go back to looking down in the earth, where we'll someday be buried. Anyway, wow, Fred, way to bring it down.
Yeah.
So, Fred, you have another story, right? You have one more?
One more.
All right, I also have one more.
I'll make it quick. A woman named Marijuana Pepsi from birth who doesn't smoke weed or doesn't drink fizzy drink says she will never change her name. Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke, 52 years old, says she was given the name by her mom, who said
50 years old?
52.
Damn.
Yeah. So she said she was given the name by her mom, who said the name would take her around the world due to its originality.
So,
yep.
I'm sorry. She was born in her mom did this to her in the 70s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. She probably goes by Mary, though, right?
Growing up,
Anyway.
Marijuana said she would be questioned about her moniker and whispered about. People assumed her mother took drugs or was in prison. It wasn't true. Marijuana has a PhD in higher education leadership and worked at a community college in the Baltimore area. And the founder of Action is Empowerment Center for Change. So she's an educated woman. She's always asked why she never changed her name or been told that she could change it. Many people are so uncomfortable saying her name they would like to give her the nickname Mary, even when she asked them not to.
Oh no, I'm the oppressor. Shit.
Because she's never going to change her name to make it a point that she can't judge somebody by their name alone. So,
True.
It was marijuana.
That's it. Marijuana.
Well, I feel like this is like
she's going for a PhD. Yeah, she knew she would get it. She would always get a PhD, and she dedicated her life to education. And I thought people would be calling me Marijuana Pepsi. I'll be Dr. Marijuana Pepsi.
she should marry this Dix guy.
Yeah,
you mean Marijuana Pepsi Dix.
Paging Dr. Pepsi. Paging Dr. Pepsi. Please go to the anal warts area. Anal warts area. Dr. Pepsi.
Dr. Marijuana Pepsi, please. That sounds like a fake name. Like that's the fakest name. I'd be like, dude, some stoner got on the mic.
Yeah.
This would be cool. We're gonna name her.
Marijuana Pepsi.
Man, what a name though. Wow.
Yeah. It should have been marijuana Coke.
Well, there you go. That'd have been a good idea. Maybe she didn't want to be too on the head.
Right.
Maybe she was like, oh, we don't want it to be too right there.
Yeah.
Well, but it's one of those things, Fred. Like you've heard the song before, I'm sure. A Boy Named Sue, right?
Yeah.
Where the guy named his kid that to make his life hard on purpose so that he would grow up to be tough.
Yeah.
Maybe Marijuana Pepsi's mom did the same thing. And she was like, I just want my girl to grow up and be something spectacular. Because if you're named Marijuana Pepsi Rodriguez or whatever her name was,
right,
then you have to be something.
Right. Yeah.
Like one way or the other. Either you're like a notorious serial killer, drug dealer guy, or doctor.
She said she was also approached by like marijuana companies.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, yeah, you know, sponsorship or whatever. She
absolutely.
I was like, that's crazy.
I would be the number one marijuana spokesperson if my name was Marijuana Pepsi. Like today on the Marijuana Pepsi corner, I'm going to be smoking marijuana and drinking Pepsi.
Dude, my name was Marijuana. You know how many randoms I'd be getting?
You wouldn't have to, Allan. You could be an influencer, dude. You would never have to do anything except say your name and do the thing. Feel the squish. So you just say your name and feel the squish. Well, good for her. I'm glad she's got a great name.
Yes, she's got a career out of it, and she's moving ahead. She's a doctor.
Right.
Good for her. Yeah. Now, what kind of doctor is she? Like Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, that'd be ironic. Well played, Allan, again. All right, so my last story, Fred, is a great one.
Okay.
Man killed in argument over hot sauce in Denver. Suspect arrested. A 19-year-old was arrested after an argument over a bottle of hot sauce turned deadly. And Sunday, this is another stabbing story. The Denver Police Department responded to a stabbing in a place. I don't know where any of these places are, so I'm not going to say them. Police said an argument escalated into a physical altercation, a stabbing, who left one person dead. He told officers someone in the house wanted to make a sandwich and asked where the hot sauce was. And the other person replied that it was in the bedroom upstairs. An argument then erupted between family members over the bottle of hot sauce, according to the probable cause statement. The victim then allegedly challenged the other person to a fight. According to the probable cause statement, Vigil's the guy, was known to carry a switchblade type knife. And he allegedly swung his arm at the victim, who then fell to the ground. The police said it was taken to death. They died. So they taken to the hospital and they were pronounced dead. And so he died as well.
Damn, killed him.
Killed him over that freaking hot sauce, bro. You don't mess around with that stuff.
What kind of hot sauce was it?
I don't Texas.
New York City.
It was Jergens. Pumpkin spiced hot sauce. Want a hot sauce so good you'll stab your family? Jergens, pumpkin spice. Don't mix it up for our pumpkin spice douche because they come in the same packaging.
That's right. Yeah.
Either way, you lose. It's pumpkin spice season, bitch. So there you go. That's what happened. Poor guy. It sucks, but I get it. You don't want to leave the hot sauce. You got to have the hot sauce in the communal area.
Gotta have it.
Put hot sauce on the sandwich.
What are you taking it to the bedroom for? You know what I mean?
You know.
What do you think we're doing? What are you doing with it?
You'll never take your hot sauce to the bedroom for a fun night? Dipping it? Slathering it on things?
And then
that's weird. That's weird because normally you share your hot sauce.
Right.
I mean, like if you got hot sauce, you share it. You're like, dude, this shit's good. This on, you know.
But like, leave it in the kitchen. Don't.
Right. Well, you know, hot sauce doesn't have to be refrigerated.
If you want to put hot sauce up your butt, put some in a cup. Take it in your bedroom.
There you go. Well, yeah, but you don't have the application. You can't put it in a cup. It comes with a spout.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of made for that, Fred. Really, it's made to prime the pump.
After you use the pumpkin spice jerky,
you call that a speed prime.
Keep the bottle. And put this little
You prime the pump with that. It's happening.
Get one of the red hot sauce bottles, the big that your grandma used to have in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, get one of them bottles and put some hot sauce. You want to put it.
Somebody gave me a hot sauce that has like a cowboy hat on it.
Yeah. Allan's had a real hard time sticking it up his butt.
Yes. I just can't do it, man.
Like, it tastes great. I just can't stick it up my butt.
No, I look at it. It's like, no, I can't do this.
Not tonight. Not tonight, you maniac.
Gotta call my buddy. Oh,
yeah. Or some baby oil.
There you go. If only we knew where to get some. We'll call our friend Diddy. No Diddy though, kids. All right, guys. Well, you got anything else, Fred? You happy that we're back? We're back in business.
Back in black.
Oh, weird taking a couple weeks off, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Back in black, Lincoln Click.
There you go. Look at that. Where's that sticker at? Buy a sticker. It's free.
Yeah.
There you go. If you happen to see Fred or myself or Allan, except for not Allan because he doesn't.
I don't have a
sticker
sticker
yet.
I'll buy that for $1.
Fred and I have stickers that we'll give you for free.
There you go.
All right. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.
Night.
Another new episode of the Blackling Collective Podcast.
We are laughing. And we are very good friends. Good buddies, sharing a special moment.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Just hang loose, blood. She's gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
Oh, what a day. What a motherfucking day.
Well, that's all, folks.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Goddamn hit. Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
As you know, I'm a man of special needs.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.